Hey guys, how y'all doing today? Straight Killer 369 coming back at you. Gonna do a little bit of a different video today. I've had a lot of friends here recently have problems with their controllers. If you play any type of first-person shooter games, you'll end up having your L3 stick or R3, whichever it is, or either or, maybe both. You never know. Might end up messing up, and you won't be able to aim correctly or even run correctly with it. It'll make you like stop and hesitate. You're like, what's wrong with my controller? Well, I was going out and actually getting other new controllers and exchanging them and doing all this stuff, and I decided there has to be a better way to fix this. So what I did is I went into the controller, and you'll end up taking some WD-40, and what happens is it's actually getting dry in there where the controller rotates around in the L3 or the R3. And basically all you're going to need today is a small screwdriver little set, and some WD-40 or some electronic lubricant cleaner like degreaser or whatnot, and some tweezers, and I'll show you what that's for later. And just a little cup or something to put your screws in so you don't end up losing them. I put a light blue towel on this coffee table here to do this, so that way it's easier to keep up with your screws. Luckily I have light colored carpet here, so it's easy if you end up dropping a screw, because you do not want to lose any of these screws. um, Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into it. What we have here is you have 4 screws that hold the back casing on together, and you're going to go ahead and we're going to get right into it. Get these off here real quick like so. This little kit right here, I try to turn some of my friends onto it. It's like 988. It has a lot of your hex and security screw bits in it that are good for other things that you might need in the future. I don't know why companies use those, but this little kit's easy to have, something that you can carry around with you, maybe in your car, or even just keep at your house or even at your office, because you never know when you might need to get into something. The here on the back, this actually is just using the regular 4-way little tiny screw. So but it's got your ratchet driver and your screwdriver as well, little handle that you can use, like I'm using right now. Now I've got all 4 screws out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change the head on this. I'll leave that out. Need to find me a small little flat head. You don't have to use this if you don't have a small little screwdriver. Just something that's going to get inside here, because there's actually 2 pressure points, one here and here in between the L3 and R3, in between the 3.5mm jack, and then one here and one here. And these are the snap points that actually once you get these screws out, that are actually still holding them in place. So I literally just take the little flathead and just put a little bit of pressure, and it should end up popping through there. So I feel it trying to move, but you want to take your time. There it goes. See how it popped out? It's already loose now. Actually went ahead and did this top right, so now the only thing I have left is to do over here. And it can be a little bit of a bitch aggravation to get a couple of them. You want to take your time. I believe I might have got it right there. Now once you get this point, you can't just jerk it off, because there's actually a little type of piece of tape like cable that's actually holding on in here. And what you want to do is see, I don't know if you can see right here, my battery's trying to fall out, but it's already connected. It's this little cable right here. You can just take it and pull it out, and there you go. There's the back case. Now actually here's the inside. It's your battery. These are your rumblers. Try to be careful on the inside here. So if you can see, there's this little springs that hold your R2 and your L2 buttons down, and you won't break them or anything of that nature. They're just a little aggravated. It's a little aggravating to put them back in. So try not to pop those out. It's no big deal. You can put it straight back in. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the battery out. Now after you get the battery out, there's this little battery case bracket, And all it is it's barely, you can literally just lift up on it gently, because it's literally just put down in there with these two pegs. And here's your motherboard. And on your motherboard, you're going to actually have one screw that's going to hold it down, should be right here, and it's a 4-way, so we're going to go ahead and change that out. I know you're like, God, this is like a lot of trouble, but it's really not. It's really simple, and let me tell you, it's really satisfying once you fix this issue, so you're not having any more problems when you're playing first-person shooters. Now, just the same, see, I'd actually forgot, but there's actually a ribbon cable right here as well, and that's what I actually have the tweezers for. And what you want to do is you just want to take back here, and you can just, you see, just get right underneath of it, just clip on and pull it out. But once it is, be careful, because you see the little tab that I'm pulling from, you want to make sure that you actually push it back through the hole to make it easier on yourself there. And it actually goes back through really easily when you're putting it back together, believe it or not. See, actually one of my buttons fell out. It's no problem. The buttons can come out. You're going to end up just throwing them back in there. What I like to do is now that we've got that off, all you're going to do is you're going to flip this over. Okay, you're going to flip it over. Just hold it down. Pull off your R3 and L3 buttons. That's all they do is pull off. Now here is the actual problem. Just right in here. What I like to do is you can take it and sit it on here, so you got something, you know, to sit it on. You'll take your WD-40, which I'm not going to do it because I've already done it. You'll just barely squirt just a little bit. Now right here, and just right in here, and right in here, just right down inside there. And you'll want to take it, you know, and prop it up against something and let it drain out for, I don't know, I did it, you know, you're only going to squirt a couple squirts down in there and try to do like top, like a couple on the sides or something. Just squirt a little, barely, just squirt a couple of squirts in there, and it's going to lubricate it up. Just let it dry for like an hour or so, and then come back, and you know, you just start the whole process over of going and putting it all back together. And I promise you, everything's going to work just as good as the day that you first got it. So that's the best part about it. You don't have to worry about having any issues with the controller after that. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see here. I'm going to have to go ahead and put these back on now. Yeah, I was having issues out of it too, and like I said, I was going and purchasing new controllers like every 2 or 3 months, and man, was it annoying. And the next thing that you'll want to do is you're just going to sit it down in the front casing, and we're going to guide the, like I said, generally it goes right through it. Yeah, there it goes. Alright, we got her in there. I like to go ahead, once you get that in there, let me make sure all my buttons are correct. Yep, all my buttons are still in there. I'm going to go ahead and put the motherboard screw back in. This is really simple. For my understanding, this is a lot simpler than Xbox One. I actually almost went ahead and taken it apart to my Xbox One controller to put new buttons on it, like I've done on my PS4 controllers. Now after you get the motherboard screw in, you just want to take this, grab it again by there. It just makes it a little easier to slide it in there properly. And there we go. Just a little push. The white line will be lined up across the top. That's how you'll know you'll have it in there correctly. After that, we're going to go and put the oops, I'm going to put the battery tray, so I like to call it, back in there, and it literally just snaps back in there. And go ahead and put the battery back in. There we go. And here at the very end, we're just going to go, and this is kind of the tricky part. They should have made this cable just a tad bit longer. Kind of annoying. I think this may be the most annoying part of it. Actually, I might have a good angle at it this time. All this cable is this cable is what controls your light bar on the back. I believe we got that. Should be correct. Let me go and let me actually turn this on real quick, make sure the light bar is working. Might have put it in backwards. Ooh, I think I actually did. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think I put the actual cable in backwards. Let's see. Because it didn't pop on. So we're gonna go get back in there, battery. We're gonna go and see what I'm saying, how it's all twisted, kind of annoying. But like I said, this is the most annoying part, because you want to be careful with the cable. You're not trying to actually rip it. And that should. Let's see. See if the light bar comes back on. Heck, I might have had it right the first time. The light hadn't come on yet at first. Let's try that again. Wow, do good all the way through the first part, and then the very end end up stuck like Chuck. Let's see, that should. Huh. That is weird. The light bar should be working. Try that again this way. Might have had it right that time. Wow, I have no clue why my light bar is not working now. Maybe the light actually burned on in it, but we'll see. Maybe it was already burned. There it goes. There we go. We have light bar. Alright, so there we go. Real simple. Never actually had that happen before. It must have just not been making a good connection. And here we go. You just want to slide over on the top, see how it's lined up here. Come on, battery. Cooperate with me. Cooperate, bud. I think the actual light went off because the controller went off where it wasn't connected now. Or it's just being a little bitch. Okay, here we go. We're actually just going to got it lined up. You want to kind of slide it over, and it should. Oops. There we go. Now we got it lined back up, snapped on, all around the front. Your light bar's on. Everything's good to go. And all we're going to do is we're going to go and put the screws back in, and we're actually done. That's how it is when you're doing something, nothing ever wants to seem to cooperate when you're actually showing someone something of that nature. I've taken these controllers apart a million times and I've never had problems with the light bar not coming back on. I guess the ribbon cable just wasn't making a proper connection. But it is what it is, and this is going to save you anywhere between $40 and $60+ on going out and buying a new controller, when you can actually just fix this at home with a can of WD-40, some tweezers, and a little tiny screwdriver set. So, and this is also a good way to if you want to put a button kit on there, you can actually order a button kit from China like I did, and it cost me like $1, and that's free shipping as well. And if you want to change the colors of your buttons out, you can do so. But I'll let you be aware that you won't be able to change out the R2 and the R2, L2 and L1, R1 buttons if you get them from China, because they do not work or fit right. You want to make sure everything's snapped. See, I've got the white button, and on my other controller I've got the blue button kit I put on it. And it will work just as good as the day you used it. And I hope this video helps you guys, and I'm sure that it will, because it's worked every time I've ever had to do it for a friend's controller or my own. And like I said, don't forget after you spray that in there to prop it up and let it dry down before you put it back together. Dry out before you put it back together, because you know you are dealing with electronics. But anyways, Trey, Bryant, Philip, Darkwood, all you friends that's having trouble with your controller right now, I hope this video helps you guys. And this has been Straight Killer 369, and I'm out.